Your project has completed! Yay! So, what to do next? Should you just all move on to the next project? Good grief, no. No, you need to celebrate your project. So, let's talk about why and how. There's a very good reason why you should always celebrate the end of your project. When we celebrate a success, we recognise what we've achieved. And when we recognise what we've achieved, we feel good about it. And when we feel good about what we've achieved, our confidence increases. And as our confidence increases, so does our performance. And when we perform better, we get better results, and when we get better results, we get more successes, and we get more successes so we can celebrate more. It's a virtuous cycle. Always, always, always celebrate the successes of your project. Now, when we celebrate the ends of our projects, it's important we do it right, and there's only one really important rule. And that is that whatever celebration we plan, it needs to be reasonably available and accessible to all of your project team members. That's not to say that everyone has to choose to take part in the celebration, but everyone needs to feel that they can and that they can enjoy it to the very limit of their ability. If anyone on your team feels that they cannot participate in your celebration, then your idea is discriminatory and you need to scrap it and find something else. And your celebration idea also needs to feel appropriate. Appropriate to the project, appropriate to the team, and appropriate to the culture within which you're working. And it also has to feel proportionate. It's not right to do a huge celebration for a small project. Equally, of course, it's not right to celebrate a huge project with some small token celebration. Proportionality and appropriateness to the culture of the team and the project and the environment within which you're operating is critical. So, with all that said, what can you do to celebrate your project? Well, here are some ideas. First, there are some things you can do in pretty much any context. Fancy dress, and there are loads of possible themes, and quizzes, also with many possible themes. Raffles, draws, potluck, Secret Santa, little gifts allocated randomly to all the team members, but make sure there's something for everyone. Or what about deliberate gifts or gift cards or vouchers of some kind? Whatever you choose, again, size is important. They need to be appropriately priced. So typically these are small gifts and universal gifts that everyone is likely to be able to use and enjoy properly. Simple things like books, stationery, food, or gift vouchers, particularly gift vouchers for local eateries, cafes and restaurants and the like. Scavenger hunts or treasure hunts of some sort. Or what about thank you cards? And the more personal you can make them, the better. At one extreme, you've got shop-bought cards, perhaps bought in a box of a dozen, with just a quick signature dashed off on the bottom of a standard card, all the way up to carefully chosen gift cards with a personal handwritten message from you as project manager, signed by you and possibly even countersigned by your project sponsor. Some projects create completion certificates or completion cards or even corporate branded gifts that mark the end of a significant project. You can even create awards and award ceremonies and make a completion video, possibly including the award ceremony. And yes, you could give people a small amount of time off so that they can spend time with their families as a thank you for the work they've done. And finally, let's not forget the importance of saying thank you personally to each individual member of your team. There are also some things you can do to celebrate the end of your project which work best in certain contexts. For example, on site, you can have posters on corporate notice boards or around the office announcing the completion of the project and celebrating the contributors to it. And you can bring food into the workplace in many workplaces. Things like buffets or cakes or something very simple that people can enjoy as part of their work day. Food also works online, particularly if you have a themed meeting where you ask people to bring and share images of the food they brought to the meeting. Also online, you can have online gaming competitions or possibly simple competitions where everybody shows their favourite video to the rest of the group in a specific theme, like stand-up comedy or sketches or a short dramatic scene or perhaps an inspirational speech. And of course, if you're taking your celebration off-site, the obvious thing to do is to go to a local cafe or a restaurant, or, if the culture makes that appropriate, a bar. You could also self-cater with a picnic or a barbecue, either in a public space or at one of the team members' homes. You could expand that by going somewhere like a comedy club or a karaoke bar. Or you can expand it even further by going low-key sporting with things like darts or ice skating or 10-pin bowling or even go-karting. Some people like a bit of mystery or peril, so you could have a murder mystery event or an escape room. Whilst others like to make things, so you could do an activity event, something like chocolate making, flower arranging, wine tasting, or pottery. And finally, you can centre your celebration around a big event like a cinema or theatre, but remember that isn't really very social. Lots of people sitting in a row in the dark. But the options are many. There are loads of things that you can do. The crucial thing is that you do something and you choose something that is proportionate and appropriate to every member of your team. Remember, when we celebrate our successes through the virtuous cycle, we have more successes. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it and learned from it. I'll be creating loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of that content. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.